So here we are at Garndiffaith Rugby Club at the top of the Eastern Valley. Let's go in and meet the beast.
Well, it was left to a few men of the committee to come up with a way of fundraising. I've seen the film Dream Horse, and I thought we would, go along those lines. But we left it to the men on the committee, and they came up with a great idea, but it was a pigeon and not a horse.
We have a number of pigeon fanciers in the club, and two of them, Trevor and Ronnie, organised an auction for young pigeons to raise money for our under-15s and our youth team. So out of that, and a couple of pints, Dave and I hatched an idea to buy a pigeon.
I see what you did there. Hatched an idea. And how did it go from there?
Well, it developed from that idea. We decided to try and enlist some sponsors, get people to buy in, so we could raise money for our up-and-coming centenary. And it's gone really well. It's really gone well.
You're wearing a badge there, Di. What are those badges about?
Yeah, these fill the different levels that you can come in at. A pilot being the lowest level, and then right up to wing commander for the top end of the sponsorship.
How much has been raised so far, Russ?
Well, Phil, we've raised up to £1,000 now. We've got £1,000 in the bank. So that's all bids well. So we hope for more people and more sponsors and to build it so we can have a good centenary season.
Di and I gather that a former player of the club is an actual pigeon trainer, fancier.
Yes, Phil. We're lucky that a bit of a local legend, Ronnie Scammell, he's got a training camp, as he calls it, with his pigeons, and he's taking it on for us. So we bought the pigeon. Ronnie's training it.
Where's the training taking place?
It's up won't wear the training, Phil, up the Rhondda. So that's something for it to look forward to.
This is a fun project, Maria, but how important is it as well? It's got a serious side, fundraising. How important is that?
It's very important for the club because I think all clubs are based on fundraising, and it brings the community together. They come into the club and they'll purchase a badge, which also, that goes into a pot for the mini and juniors and the youth side, and we just build it up from there.
How big a thing is it for a Valleys club like Garndiffaith to have a centenary year, Maria?
Well, I think it's a massive thing because it's a wonderful achievement. 100 years is sort of good for any club, and I think that's down to the people before us that built the club up to what it is today.
Well, I've always loved rugby, but I've also always loved racing pigeons. I've never beaten one, though.